Welcome back to Unstoppable Agents. This is the show that real estate agents come to build their wealth, build their business, and build a life of impact and significance.
Not a ton of buyers from open houses for me, but a lot of just different ways. So being very available, answering my phone, and keeping on social media, not only to post, but to pay attention. I'm on a few neighborhood groups.
I'm your host, Brian White. I'm an associate broker with EXP Realty and team leader in the North Texas area. And we come to you each week with interviews of some of the top agents in the country. It's just a great way to share best practices and really share what's actually working in the market. I'm excited today because I've got Ivory Kalber from Hawaii, from the Big Island. So Ivory, welcome.
Thank you so much, Brian. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun. Congratulations, by the way. I just want to start by giving you some kudos. You've been with EXP for just a little bit over a year and already earned the highest award we have to give. So congratulations on your success.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I've been very blessed, very lucky. If you believe in luck, I don't know if I do, but yeah, it's been really great. I've loved it. I'm a part of an amazing team. We have an amazing support structure. It was hard, I can't lie, but it was also it just fell into place.
It's great. So I'm going to come at you said a couple of things there that I want to circle back on. But before we do that, I really want to dive right in for the agents watching. We like to talk to new agents. In the market we're in right now, what three pieces of advice would you give a new agent right now?
Okay, my number one piece of advice always is answer your phone. Seriously, okay? I don't care what it's about. Answer your phone. That's my big piece of success for everyone. And that's how I became successful. I answered my phone, so I got the call before someone else took that listing. So that's number one. Number two is find a brokerage and a team that supports you. Find a mentor if you need it. And number three, I'm just gonna go back to answer your phone.
So it's shocking, and I laugh when you say that, but it's shocking how often agents don't. Maybe it's because we get so many healthcare calls, folks trying to sell healthcare, and so many spam calls and that sort of thing. But it's amazing how often I get calls from out of state, calls from all sorts of places, and it's somebody I don't know on the other end. It ends up being business. It's shocking how often that ends up being business. And if I didn't answer, I promise they would have just dialed somebody else.
That's what I mean. Yeah, if there were one more piece of advice, it's be available. I think we have a lot of other things going on in our lives. Everyone does. Whether you have elderly parents or kids, or there's so many other excuses and things we could be doing. But if you want to succeed in this, put it first for at least a little while. That's what I did. Even though I had the kids, I have all the stuff that I could be focusing on. And now I'm taking a little more effort and aspect into that, until I made my icon. I can still probably do that this year, but since I achieved that goal, I'm pivoting to a little bit more focus on the family stuff.
It's good. And you can do that, right? So there are seasons in life, and you don't have to have the accelerator down your whole time, but there really is what you just described is there really is no balance. You go hard at something, and then when you're going hard at something, something else suffers. And that's okay. Just decide and be okay with that, and then make a different decision when it's time for the other thing. Okay, great. So now you can go hard after family and make sure that they win. And you know what? Business may suffer a little bit, and that's okay too. Just be okay with that.
I like that. That's exactly what I've done. And what I've also been able to do is take some newer agents and refer some of my business or some of my tasks is the next step, right? Now that they see me succeed, they want to do what I did. So I'm going to say what I did was a lot of work. And so if you're ready to work, I'm ready to give you some of that work. And so I'm doing 50-50s on a few, co-listing, things like that. And it works fine. And I don't mind giving up a piece of my pie. Sure. And with any luck, it'll still grow. And it just affords me, like you said, it's supposed to be a work-life balance. I'm going life-work now. And I like that. And it's been nice.
That's great. So you said something in your intro that I want to circle back to, and you said, I've been lucky if you believe in luck. Tell me about that.
I don't believe in luck. I believe that if there is a goal that you're going after and you hit it, that was your target. That was your goal. So how can that be luck? I used to play competitive beach volleyball, and they would often, people and spectators and people that played even would say, oh, she hit the line. So lucky. No, that's exactly what you're trying to do.
Yeah,
so that was achievement. And sure, sometimes if the ball rolls along the net for 5 seconds and then falls in and falls on the line barely, I guess we can call something luck. And I do want to say there's an aspect of something outside of yourself. Some people call it God, higher power, whatever you want to call it. And I believe in that. I believe in energy. I believe in putting out what you hope to get back, putting out good energy, positivity. And when you get that back, again, that's not luck. You put it out there, so you get it back. So I hope that doesn't sound like I'm not negative. And by the way, I play poker and stuff. Like I'm a big gamer.
Games of chance, yep.
I play games of chance, but is Negreanu lucky?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think there's a lot of skill. And if you don't know who Negreanu is, go study him, because he's amazing. And poker is life.
Poker is life, is that what you said? I think Mark Twain is famous for saying, the harder I work, the luckier I get.
There you go.
And so I do think luck happens in an instant or in a time, but people that are consistently lucky, like you might have been in beach volleyball, and when you're consistently lucky, that's luck's where hard work meets preparation, and then those two things come together. You prepared to be lucky. You hit hundreds or thousands of spikes toward the line to know where the space is and to know what the hand positioning was to get the ball to go to the right spot. The same in real estate, just bring it back a little bit. So we practice scripts. We practice the questions that, to lead people down a path to discover what it is that they want. And that's not luck. That's hard work and preparation that helps you nail it when you get the opportunity.
Absolutely. And that's what it was. And it's developing a skill set. And then, like you said, the luck comes easier, because what comes down your way, you're able to attack. And that being said, and when I got into this business, I didn't expect to be successful like this at all. I thought realtors were a dime a dozen. I thought everyone already had their own realtor. Why would they want me? I'm brand new. I don't know anything. And so it was amazing to me that just really from the get-go, I had business. I know exactly where that comes from, but I don't call it luck.
Well, it's interesting. So I'm going back to something else that you said there is you get what you put out. We do believe in God and do believe that you get blessed for being a blessing. So when you put out amazing energy and you're looking to be a blessing to others and you're looking to help and serve and give to other people, then they see you and they're like, I like Ivory. Man, I see Ivory doing great things. Man, I like the way that she speaks. I like the way that she encourages others. I like all of that. And they're like, man, I want to spend some time with her. Well, that comes back to you. So when you've carried yourself in a certain way for years, such that when you got into real estate, you're like, oh man, I want what she's having.
I like that. And that is true. I'm not young. Maybe I look it, and I've had another whole career. And I got to, like you said, you marry every experience in life into what you're doing right now. And I made that a point early on in my career with this. And even before I even had a client, I made myself a little cover letter type of thing to send out to everyone. And it said, let's go look at some homes and have fun.
Yeah.
That's what I want to be. I'm a people person. And so I think, like you said, they want to hang out with me. And on the side, we're looking at some homes. But more than anything, I'm a real person too. I'm real about things. So I'm not just going to sugarcoat, or I'm going to say what's on my mind. Even about houses. Sometimes I'm like, what's going on with that? Why is there a hole in that floor? Whereas maybe others might just, oh, this is a nice house. No, let's be real. And so I think that's an asset as well.
Well, it is, because it builds trust, right? When you're trying to sell someone, then people feel sold. And nobody wants to feel sold. They want to hire someone that's going to be a trusted advisor to them. It's going to give them expert advice. And you can do that, or you can feel sold. I had a career in corporate sales prior to this, and one of the things we always talked about is you've got to make no one up. Whenever you're trying to sell something to someone, you've got to let them know that they can decide not to choose you or decide not to choose a house. And as soon as you do that, all of a sudden they're more engaged, actually. Whereas if you're like, no, we have to do it. No, you have to choose me. No, there's pressure. Well, then people pull away. When you free them from all of that, then they're leaning in and they're like, oh, like they've got my best interest at heart. They're not trying to close me. And it's amazing how that works.
I agree. I'm definitely low pressure in that way. And I think that's another reason I never thought I'd be in sales. Honestly, I've always said I am the worst person at selling anyone anything. Also because I'm a deal getter. So I'll go see an outfit on someone and ask them where they got it. And then I'll go find it on eBay or Poshmark, so I'm like a discount finder. So I never wanted to sell someone full price when I wouldn't buy that. And I really like what you said. I've never heard of it said, make no an option. And that's exactly what I've always done. Hey, you don't have to go with me. You don't have to go with this house. I'm on your side. So I'm your agent. That's why they call us agents. I'm just here to help whatever decision you make. I accelerate it and make it happen. That's it. And so I think, like you said, I think that makes people really comfortable. It's that freedom of choice. So they don't feel trapped at all.
That's good. Ivory, where does your business come from? Is it open houses? Is it your network? Is it volleyball friends? Where does it come from?
And it's everything. And that's another piece of advice I would say is be broad, especially in your first few years. Find out what you might like, but start broad. And I knew I was a self-proclaimed HGTV addict like everyone else.
Wow.
And so I knew I wanted to do flips. I really knew that early on.
Right.
I didn't know that meant working with investors, but I suppose whatever. So I don't know. I do say the word luck, even though I don't believe in it. In my first month or two, an investor reached out to me on Instagram. And mind you, I probably had 3 followers. And he just said, hey, we have a flip in Hilo we want to do. Are you interested? And would you mind going and taking a look? First thing, we thought it was totally spam, but I just trusted it and went with it. Because again, what else did I have going on, right? It was 2 months in. And turns out he's one of my best clients. I get about 2 to 3 to 4 listings per year, in addition to whatever sales might happen, acquisitions from him. And so that's one aspect. And that's one aspect that I've also engaged in myself. I bought a flip and flipped it and live in it. And then I'm actually investing in an investment property on my land that I'm building myself too. So I've definitely diversified my real estate business. And I love working with investors. I'm really sharp with it. I think I read that your wife has photographic memory of layouts. And I love that. I think I might have it. I'm going to test myself in the next little while because I think I do. But anyway, I digress. So definitely investors. I've worked with quite a few and 1 and 2 really strongly. And that's been very helpful. Even in a turning market like we were in, I still can count on those few 3 or 4, whatever listings per year at least. And actually one of my investors wrote me last night and said he has 17. So let's hope. And then honestly, like I said, just being broad and really social media has been huge for me. I post on Instagram and it goes to my Facebook, and I have a very varied audience of age and different demographics. So I think the Facebook really works with the older set. Instagram is a little bit for the younger. There's a crossover there for sure, but that's been huge for me. Really posting a lot and posting a lot of different things. Some of my solds and just listeds, and some of my success. And then some lifestyle stuff and some just showings and open houses. You asked about open houses. Yes, some, not a ton of buyers from open houses for me, but a lot of just different ways. So being very available, answering my phone and keeping on social media, not only to post, but to pay attention. I'm on a few like neighborhood groups, and people will of course ask me, who's the best realtor around here? And I've been very fortunate that people mention me, and then I follow up with them quickly. It's that follow-up. I'm a very go-getter kind of person.
Run it down. Yep.
Yeah, run it down is kind of I've done. And just again, of course, top of mind stuff, being as visible as I possibly could, but I didn't spend a ton of money on that or anything. So I bought leads my first year, but at kind of the lowest rate they had on Realtor.com. And what was great about that, I don't necessarily recommend it for everyone, or you don't need to, but it was great to get my feet wet. It was really fun to have those calls coming in and feel like a realtor.
No, that's great. I'd love to know, so you're on the Big Island in Hawaii. What does the real estate market look like there? So what's the median home price?
We were hovering right around 450 in the last time, and now we've definitely decreased just a little bit. I think my area might be around 344 now or something like that. So we've definitely seen a calming. We've seen some price drops, and we're still pretty low on inventory. It's crazy. And we have a lot of vacant land. We're the Big Island, right? So we do have a ton of vacant land here. So those land prices prices can range from, I think we have them as low as about $8,000 here for maybe a quarter acre. I know, it's pretty amazing. You can still buy land for less than probably $10,000. And so a lot of our sales, and that's also why I could become Icon in my first year, is we have some lower price points here. So we do quite a few land sales. And then, we do our home sales in the Hilo area is just a little higher, maybe around 425 now to 450.
That's great. That's honestly not that different than I'm in Dallas, Fort Worth. It's not that different than our area, honestly. So I was expecting, that's not what I expected, but that's why.
You thought I would say more?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We're on the affordable island, you should know. So yeah, the Big Island is much more affordable than the others. And like I said, we do have a fair, because it's so big and the infrastructure's new here, we have a lot of, obviously you could probably imagine this in Hawaii, a lot of gravel roads, a lot of very remote areas as well. So that sometimes lends itself to a little bit more of unpermitted structures and things. So again, if you could get yourself, even though it's unpermitted, it's not necessarily recommended, you could find yourself a complete house and on even 2 and 3 acres for $100,000.
Oh, wow.
And mind you, it's not built with permits. It's probably off grid. It's probably running off solar. So don't get me wrong, but it is pretty amazing to think. And I got famous for a second and viral for a second on my listing I had it was in Na'alehu, an area down south. And this client of mine is really great at like building and like Pinterest looking things. And so he built this awesome, you can look it up. We should probably feature it. It's, if you search $165,000 Hawaii shack, it blew up because of the same thing you were thinking. You were like, wait, it has ocean views. It's in Lava Zone 9. It's actually very safe. And it is in a bit of a rougher area with gravel roads and different, we have chicken farms and things around, but it was really beautiful and really stylish. So I think the whole world was like, wait, I can get this for $165,000 in Hawaii? I want to do it. Everybody wanted to do it. And it was really surprising. I didn't have an offer for another like couple of weeks after all this media craze. Wow. And of course, like I said, it was unpermitted. It had a water catchment. Everything was outdoor except upstairs there was an indoor bedroom. So people were laughing that the bathroom looked like the Jurassic Park bathroom where like the guy gets attacked or whatever. Yeah, it was a fun moment for me too.
You've been awesome. Thank you. As we wrap up, I just love to know any parting thoughts or anything you want to make sure that you share with our audience.
I guess I would love to say, if I've interested you at all, I am open to mentorship. I'm open to helping new agents. I'm always available. I do answer my phone. Like I said, reach out to me, add me on Instagram. We can start a conversation, start to help each other in whatever ways we can. I'm all about help and all about building people up for sure. And I guess I should have introduced you to my sidekick, Hollywood.
Oh,
she's my good dog. She's an office dog, so.
She's adorable. Folks, if you're watching and Ivory up on our offer, if you're thinking about making a move, or maybe you're just interested in investment property in Hawaii, and I know she'd love to have that conversation with you and help. We'll include links to her socials in the description, so you guys know how to reach her.
Awesome. Thanks, Brian. And I guess you all know someone on the Big Island now, so come visit.